Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today's Friday, July 31st, 2020. We are in the final day of the trading month, we're in the final day of the trading week, and we're in the final hour of the trading day. My favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions. For my swing trades, I say this because during the day you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions come in. They are dealing with the most money, very smart people, best information, best technology, and they start making their move at the end of the day, and I consider them smart money, and I like to follow and make my buying and selling decisions based upon what they are doing. So thank you all for coming today. I hope you've had a good trading week. Interesting day today for sure. Let's take a look. Dan is here. Salutations, Greg and group. Salutations right back, Dan. Good to see you. And Evan is here. Good afternoon. Hello, Evan. Nice to have you here. So what's going on in this market here today? Dow Jones is down 85 points. It was down a couple hundred or more earlier. NASDAQ is up 67 points, up about 0.64%. And the S&P is down 1.88, so pretty close to unchanged. I just got done with a podcast. I was interviewed on a podcast on the Christopher Uhl 10-Minute Stock Trader podcast. I barely got done, just a few minutes before I started this. So hopefully I can get myself together. I was rushing to get it all done after that interview, get the screens on and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, John is here. Hey, John, good to see you. Oh, volume so. Let me take a look. Let's see. Okay. I know how to fix it. I know how to fix it now. Okay, how's that? Is that better? I think it's better. All right. Good to see you, John. Chris S is here. Hey, smiley face. What's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. David, hi, Greg and group. Hello, David. Looking forward to our lesson tonight. I hope you're doing well, my friend. And Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Nice to have you here, my friend. So, okay. Is the volume better? I hope it is. If not, let me know. Okay, so listen, here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, come back, we're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I did have one day trade today on Apple, didn't have a lot of time to day trade today, so I did have one day trade on Apple that I'll be showing you. Then we are going to switch over and take a look at your positions, see how you're doing. After that, we're going to switch gears, talk about trader psychology, good trading words of wisdom, trading philosophy, get away from charts and indicators for a while because your mental state and how you handle your trade plan is just as important as your entries and your exits. After that, I've gone down through my watch list. I've also gone through this scanning results that Kamal sent me. And we're going to be going through those. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a trade. First requirement, confluence combination of signals. Second requirement, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. Requirement number 3, want to make sure I do not have too many correlated positions. It's very important to have some diversifications in your positions. Although if you're long the NASDAQ right now, if you're heavy in the NASDAQ right now, you're doing really well. But that's today. It could go another way another day. So I'm going to go down through that watch list, see if something looks good. If it does, I'll make my decision at the end of the day. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you want me to take a look at any stock symbols, please let me know. Happy to look at those as well. If there's a stock symbol you think it would be helpful to get my opinion on before the market closes, put them in the chat, put an emoji or a star by it, and then I will do my best to get to that and take a look, give you my opinion. And then if you have any new additions or subtractions to the board today, please, if you could be so kind, just wait till after the market is closed before you tell me what those are, and then I'll get them all taken care of on the board. All right, so that's the plan for today. So if you could be so kind, just hang tight. I'm going to run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, thanks for holding through that with me. Brian M is here. Hello, Brian. Good to see you. John says much better. Oh, good. Glad to hear that. I know how to fix that now. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get started. JCOM. So, let me see. Who do we have here? We have David, Brian M, Kamal, and myself. We did buy JCOM back on the 29th of July. We had a double bottom with a bullish divergence. This is good. It means that we had a move down with strong momentum. We had the second move down. Even though it went lower, we did not have as much downward momentum. That's why the bar here are green. So MACD is positive. We had an ATR divergence. We had an ATR divergence. We had an RSI divergence. All sorts of good stuff. Bullish engulfing bar. V1 under 30, over 30. I'm sorry, I was pointing at this bar. That is a bullish engulfing bar as well. We bought here 55.40. Has moved up the last couple days. It's up 0.39% today, so not a huge day up, but glad to have it up. Adobe. Kamal and I did buy Adobe yesterday at approximately 438.89. We had a higher low V1, rejection of the -1 ATR channel. We also had a 520 crossover, so there was a nice confluence of signals there. About a 489.89. It is up $1.31. It's up 0.3% today, so not a big move up considering what the NASDAQ did, but anyway, still positive to be up. SPY. Okay, real quick. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. And I rinse and repeat. I do this based upon a back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest. Since 1993, they tested two approaches. Approach number one, buy the SPY at the open, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk. I'm sorry, buy the SPY at the open, hold through the day, and then sell it at the close. This approach, if you use it every day since 1993, you'd return a negative 13.9% return. However, if you do the opposite, which is what I do, buy the SPY at the close, hold overnight, take the overnight risk. That's where I feel like the edge is. Sell first thing the next morning, positive 634.2% return. Past performance, no guarantee of future results, but if I'm going to allocate money towards a trade, it's going to be something that has good back-tested results. Blue lines, the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. Orange lines, buy in the morning, sell the afternoon. You can see there's a clear difference. The blue line, over time, all it has done is gone up, 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 and the orange line is basically done nothing. So that is why I buy the SPY every day at the close. I did buy it yesterday at 323.96 at the close. Sold it right here at the top, 326 even. So that kind of made up for the loss that I had the day before. Not as much, but certainly better than nothing, right? So 323.96, 326 is my exit. I will be buying this again today at the close. WBA. Okay, Gary, Karen, Kamal, Quad, Dan, and myself did buy Walgreens at 40.69. False breakout to the downside, and a V2. Bought it here at 40.69. Next day did move up, but the last couple days have just been kind of break-even days, actually. Down a little bit. So just slightly down about 10 cents on the trade. It did test my stop level 3 times. The next day, and today. That's the key level. So if it closes below there, that's where I'm going to want to get out of the trade. So as it is right here, right now, I'm fine with it. FAS, Steve, Frank, Miko, 25, Kamal, and myself did buy FAS, which is the triple leverage financials. Somebody bought it back here. I think it was Kamal at 31.66. The rest of us bought when we had the 520 crossover right here at 33.99. Moved sideways up, did take some profits when it moved up. Had a big day a few days ago, did take profits there, some profit targets. It's come back down. It is down 2% today, but well off of its lows. I will be getting out of half of my position. It's moved more than one ATR. Once it's moved more than one ATR, if I get a close below the previous day's low, because this is a crossover trade, I will take half position off. But right now, it doesn't look like it's in jeopardy of doing that. XLRE. All right, so Gary M, Kamal, and myself did buy, I think Gary M bought it back here. I think Kamal and I bought it here. I did anyway, for sure. Sometimes I get confused with where everyone else bought, but I did buy here with this bullish engulfing bar, false breakout to the downside, V1, bought here at 35.18. It's moved up nicely, took some profits, moved up nicely, took some profits. Yesterday, it held above the 250. That was my stop, my trailing stop. Today, it looks like it's going to close below the 250, and in that case, I will be getting out of this today. USO, this is a weekly trade. I bought this when we had an under 30, over 30, plus a V1, plus a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. I bought it here at 28.40. I've been in this trade about a month and a half. Right now it's 29. In this particular case, I'm going to be using a time stop. It's profitable, but it just hasn't done anything. So it is Friday, end of the bar. I will be getting out of this today. All right, did have a trade on Apple, intraday trade. Here we go, higher low V2, back in the value zone, bought it here intrabar at 419.18, started to move up here. I decided just to get out here. I was way early, but I did have that call coming up and I didn't want to have to worry about the trade and so forth. If I would have played it out as I was supposed to, I would have gotten out here with a close below the previous day's low, but I didn't. I just got out here, but it was still a nice trade from 409.18 up to 410.84. So $1.60, something like that. Pretty good for 20 minutes. So I was very happy with that. And that is it. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, my friend, and thanks for the scan. Frank has a poem for us. Risk. Picture it carved on an obelisk. It's always there in the trading mist, though gains are fine, even sublime. Risk never leaves you alone. That's why it's written on that big stone. Wow. So good. So good. Risk. Picture it carved on an obelisk. It's always there in the trading mist, though gains are fine, even sublime. Risk never leaves you alone. That's why it's written on that big stone. Wow. Thank you, Frank. I always appreciate it very much that you put the time and energy into those poems. I think they're a great addition to the channel, and I'm sure I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. Gary M. Hey, Greg and group. Good to see you. Kamal says, my short list is VIX, UUP, and BILI. Oh, I don't think I had BILI on here. BILI. Let me put that down there. So we'll look at those when we go through. Kamal says, Apple went to 419 Gs. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It almost, I think it, oh, it's right here. It got to, 420.36. Evan, Cisco. It's not too bad. We were above the 1 ATR channel. We came back into the value zone. We had 3 days of sidewards motion. We had a spike down, reversal back up. Let's see, the close here is 46.17. Is that right? 46.71. Sorry, a little dyslexic. Yeah, it's really not that bad. I mean, it's a beautiful return to value sideways motion, and currently it has triggered a V2. So as long as this does trigger a V2, this would make sense. If I were entering this trade, my stop would be here, halfway the washout bar, right there, Evan. Okay, now let's take a look at everybody else's trades. We have Steve and Bob in KMX, 520 crossover, bought here at 94.90. Did move sideways for a bit, down, then had a nice move up, a little more sideways, spiked up, tried to come down, is down a bit today, but Bob and Steve are still nicely in the money on the trade. So that's good based upon that 520 crossover. PayPal, we have Bob and Brian M in PayPal. Bought this back here at the higher low V2, 174.01. Initially went up, a little bit down, but this has just been a one-way move up here. Has rejected the 70 RSI today, has rejected the 3rd ATR channel, which is significant in my opinion, but very nice trade. Very nice trade. IWM. Oops, wrong IWM. Sorry about that. Where did my... Okay. I think Steve and Frank are in this. Gosh darn it. 146.16. All right. I had to move my charts around. 146.16 if I'm correct. Okay. They took this one. Frank and Steve took this one. They had the crossover here at 146.16. Initially went up, but it is down today. Looks like break even on the trade, but the 10 is still above the 30. So looks like about break even right now. BRKB, Brian did buy BRKB back here at 190.49, and it's been going up ever since. So fantastic, Brian. Oops. Okay. So this is Glenn. Glenn bought RBA at 44.60. Went down initially, but has moved up beautifully. Very nice, Glenn. Very, very nice. CSX. All right, Frank. Frank did buy CSX at 69.88. Moved up nicely. Did sell 70% of his position before earnings happened, which I'm glad to see. He did hold the other 30%, but you know, this is kind of like scaling out. You lock in things at a higher level, and even if it goes back down on you, it mitigates the loss dramatically, but this is down 1.2% today. Gold. Gary keeps on trucking with gold. Bought gold back here at 162.80 with the 520 crossover. And this is a great example of what can really happen if you get a hold of a crossover trade that really goes your way. This is a beautiful trade. So far, Gary is up 12.28%. Congratulations. It's just utterly fantastic. All right, Brian M. did buy FireEye at 1583. It's gone down since. It's down 1.37% today. Procter and Gamble. Brian did buy Procter and Gamble at 128.30. Did hold through earnings. Got rewarded for taking the risk. It was up yesterday. Today it is down 0.94%. AMD is another trade from Brian at $60 even, and this one has just been a monster all the way up. So congratulations, Brian. NOW, Frank did buy NOW yesterday at 426.32, and it's up nicely, 1.26% today. Okay, so Brian did buy XPO at 86.34 yesterday. Did hold through earnings, and this is, one of the perils of holding through earnings. Sometimes you can get a huge update like Apple had today, but this one did go down 13.8%, so they must have missed on earnings. Brian also did buy Facebook at two levels, 235 even, 142.98. Gapped up, is off of its high today, but up 7.52%, so that's fantastic. And Amazon. Brian did buy Amazon at 30.57 here, and GM did buy Amazon calls, $3,400 calls expiring 8/21. So that is about 21 days from now. So not sure if she's up or down on those. So, okay. That is it. Dan says, thank you, Frank, Steve, and Kamal, for the great work you contribute to the show. I 100% agree, Dan. Thank you, Frank and Steve and Kamal. Brian says, question for seasoned investors. How would you trade 4-to-1? How do you trade after a split? Do you use the same as usual, or is there higher volume or volatility that needs to be factored in? That's a really good question. I haven't traded many things that have split, so I don't think I could give you my opinion on that. I think the same thing is, I guess the thing would just follow your rules, stick with your plans, position size correctly based upon volatility, and but I imagine there would be some more volatility, just like when trading became free, basically with no commissions. We definitely saw a change in that. So I imagine Apple splitting down to 400, there'd be a lot more people in there. All right, let's take a look at currents, see how we're doing. JCOM is up, not much, but it is up. Adobe is up, not much, but it is up. SPY, of course, I will be buying that at the close today. I will be holding on to Walgreens. XLRE, I will definitely be getting out with the loss of the 200-day moving average or 250-day moving average there. Okay. Apple is just unbelievable. I mean, I can hardly believe it. I can hardly believe this move. I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's straight up a ladder. It's straight up a ladder. No selling, no close below previous day's low. We're at 84 RSI. It's unreal. Kamal says ZUO. Yeah. Double bottom there, V2. No bullish divergence though. That would be my only. We are back in the value zone on the weekly. That's good. Looks like it has triggered that V2 here. $11 stock, I don't like that as much. And box. That's not box. Yeah, looks pretty good too. False breakout to the downside, rejection of the -1 ATR, or the third ATR channel, and a V2. That one's pretty good as well. Let me put that over here. Okay, Frank says Amazon numbers were historic. Yes, unbelievable, unbelievable. I did have a friend that did gamble on earnings, and it definitely paid off for him. So congratulations for stepping up, taking that risk. Although I don't advise holding through earnings. You know, just like here on XPO, right? I mean, this can happen to you as well. And the number one goal in trading is first to always look at risk. And one of the best ways you can do that is not holding through earnings. All right, I don't see Steve in here today. I think he might have been busy with something, but this is the time of the day that I do like to talk about trader psychology, get away from indicators, charts, and just talk about the psychology, right? Although this particular post talks a little bit about charts, but in a kind of a broader sense. But this is from the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. Steve Burns posted this, but this is a great channel. If you're not a member of this channel, I think you have to apply on Facebook. You know how that goes, but it's a really good channel. Some serious traders in here. So let's see what Steve has to say here. Technical analysis is not about prediction. Indeed, technical analysis has about a 50-50 outcome. What technical analysis does offer, however, is create a concrete structure around which to enter positions, control risk, and manage trades, by Nick Raj. And that's true. Technical analysis is not predictive. It doesn't predict anything. It just gives you a nice construct. It gives you a structure to be wrong small if you're wrong, and to have the potential for a large win. It just gives you, I always refer to it as kind of as my line in the sand. If I buy something above the 200-day, I hold it unless it closes below. And if I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong small. So it just gives you levels. It gives you levels and readings to be able to understand whether or not a trade has a good risk to reward ratio, like based upon an RSI level, based upon a moving average, but it is not predictive. Don't fall into that trap to think that it is predictive. It's not. It just gives you, like here it says, it creates a concrete structure around which to enter positions to control risk and manage trades. Hey, Steve Burns is here. I was just doing on this post here that you shared from Nick Raj. Trade management is primarily what makes discretionary traders profitable. Absolutely true, right? Technical analysis is not predictive. It doesn't predict a dang thing. It just gives you a good structure, and that's all there is to it. Hey, Steve, I just did an interview with Christopher Uhl over on 10-Minute Stock Trader, and so we talked about position sizing in relationship to volatility. So, of course, when that comes out, I will definitely share it with the group in case you're interested in taking a look. All right, going to do a quick little check here. JCOM, it's up. Not anything to write home about, but Adobe is up. Nothing to write home about, but I'm happy with that. SPY trade, going to be buying this at the close. WBA did go positive on the day, so that's good. FAS, that looks fine. Looks like I will be keeping. XLRE lost to 250. I will be getting out of XLRE. I am going to be getting out of oil with the time stop today. As a matter of fact, in case I don't have too many things to do at the end of the day, let me just get rid of that right now. Okay. All right. I'm just obsessed with this Apple chart. I mean, I have not seen such a... Look at this. This is insane. It's insane. We're at 85, 88 RSI. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Look at the volume that's come in here. On 5-minute bars, no less. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Steve says, it sounds like a great chat, Greg. Very important topic. It is. You know, I think it's one of those topics that is not discussed enough. I think we focus all the time on entries and exits, but I don't think we focus enough on the proper position size based upon the current volatility. When volatility is low, you can take a little larger position size, but when volatility increases, your risk goes up dramatically. If you're, let's just say you buy Apple all the time with 100 shares. Well, if volatility increases 2 times or 3 times and you're still buying that 100 shares, you're increasing your risk 2 to 3 times, even though you're still buying that 100 shares. So, I would really recommend, and sorry for repeating this, but it really is important, if you're take your maximum risk, whatever your maximum risk is on any one trade for your emergency stop. If it's 1%, if you have $100,000, you're risking 1%. Take that $1,000 and divide it by the value of whatever the 2 ATR is, and that will always keep you standardized based upon volatility. Sometimes you might, if volatility increases by 2 times, instead of buying 100 shares, you should only buy 50, because then you're standardized, right? So very easy. Just take your maximum allowed risk. Good rule of thumb, like I say, is 1% of your total capital. Divide it by the value of the 2 ATR, and it's going to adjust. It's going to do all the adjusting. I mean, look here at Apple right here. Do you think the volatility here is the same as it's here? No way. It's drastically improved, but this 2 ATR reading is going to factor that in. And if you're going to buy or sell or short or whatever you're going to do, it's going to reduce the amount of shares that you're going to buy or sell because of the volatility. So I do have a lesson in my on my YouTube channel under the lessons playlist that will that describes exactly how I use the 2 ATRs to do my volatility. So, of Quad Racer, good afternoon, Greg and group. Hey, Quad, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day and everything's going well. Okay. Well, let's take a look and see what's going on the potential list here today. VIX. So VIX, VIX is not down much for as much as the NASDAQ's up today, although it's based off the S&P, but we do have a double bottom here. We have the 200-day moving average underneath us. Let's look over at the VIX. Yeah, we tried 1, 2, 3, 4 times at the 200 and we failed. This is on the actual the index of the VIX, but anyway, it had triggered a V1 earlier. Now it is untriggered. So no, I don't see any actual trades on this today. PAYC, Paycom Software. We have a double bottom here. Almost, not quite. To not have a V1, I don't see anything that I'm too interested in here either. Blue. So the scanner, it picked up these double bottoms here, but no double bottom with the bullish divergence. I don't see any trigger here either. Manta. Again, double bottom. We haven't tested the 30 RSI. No rejection of the negative third ATR channel. No divergence. I really don't see anything here either. LXFR. Yeah, I don't see anything here either. IQ, I know we've been watching that for a little bit. V1, I'm sorry, V2, bar 1, 2, 3, bar 2 washes out bar 1, closes above bar 1's close here. We're under the negative 1 ATR channel. We are above the 50. This doesn't really stick out to me as anything that I would be interested in. Power shares. So this is the dollar. Interesting that we're seeing the dollar go up here, even with gold up. They usually kind of go opposite of each other, but we are at the 6 ATR channel. This is significant, and we do have a V1. Bar 1, bar 2 washes out bar 1, bar 3 above bar 1's close. It's a 26.31. You know, I would be tempted to buy something like this if we rejected the 30 RSI, but we're still under the 30 RSI. The 30 is still above us, acting as resistance. I'd rather have that 30 below me, so I think I'm going to pass on that as well. The Q's popped up on the scan. I'm not sure why. Yesterday I can see with the bullish V1, the bullish engulfing bar and the V1, I do see that, but actually when I first looked at this, it was lower, and we had a lower high V1, which to me looks somewhat bearish, but I don't see anything here. Billy Inc. So we have a higher low V2. Here's bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 2 washed out bar 1, bar 3, close above bar 1's close. We did have a gap, but we filled it, and now we've come back. We have a fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. You know, this one's really not that bad. We are above the 50 RSI. So this one looks okay. Let me see. So that one is on my short list. Billy. Box. False breakout to the downside. V2. Yesterday we rejected the negative third ATR channel. Let's look at the weekly. Back in the value zone. That's not a bad place. Question is, which one do I like better? Billy there, Billy there. I'd have to say I like Billy better than Box. And ZUO, double bottom, V2, almost. Let's see, close, 1156. 43 RSI. I personally like Billy the best. Steve says DIA is finding support. Let's take a look at DIA. Yes, we've rejected the 200-day twice. We've rejected the upward sloping 50 twice. It is down a little bit today, but well off of its lows. I don't know if it's enough trigger for me though. If we look at the weekly, it rejected the 50, which is good on the weekly. It is above the 50 RSI now. You know, I could be tempted to take this because of the bounce off the 200 2 days and the -1 ATR channel and the 50-day moving average, but kind of want to stick with my rules here and wait for an actual trigger. All right, XLRE. I am going to go ahead and just get rid of XLRE here. Just so I have it off of my mind. But that was a good trade. So Gary and Kamal, looks like you're still in here, but I got out because of the rejection of the 250-day moving average. JCOM, cruising on up, it's okay. Adobe, it's fine, no changes. SPY, of course, I'm buying that at the end of the day, as always. That was a good overnight SPY trade. WBA seems to be cooperating. So we'll keep with that. FAS is above previous day's low, so I will definitely be keeping that as well. XLRE I just got out of. Oil I got out of as well, just on a time stop. It was slightly positive, but just really hasn't done much. Steve says, amazing that the Amazon and Q gap ups today were inside the current trading range. Yeah, isn't that something? That kind of gap up could be in a trading range? I mean, this was up 32.40 at one point. Now we're at 31.60. So it's off 120 points from its high, but even that huge gap up was still within these ranges here. Unbelievable, huh? And the Qs, let's take a look at the Qs. Yeah, well, the Qs didn't gap up, you know, as much as Amazon, but yes, all range bound still. Okay, so JCOM's making a new high for the day. That's nice. Oh, work. Sorry, Kamal, I didn't see that. Work's not bad. We did have the V1 yesterday. It's good that we got above the 100-day moving average here. That is good, but it's not a double bottom with the bullish divergence. We have the 1 ATR channel above. We're in that weird 40 range. Me personally, I really do like Billy the best. V2, higher low V2, rejection of the 1 ATR channel. We have a high here, two lower highs to the left. So I think that's what I am going to buy today. I am literally fascinated by this Apple 5-minute chart. I mean, look at this. Sideways motion leads to trends. Trends will lead back to sideways motion. But, I mean, talk about just an unbelievable, epic move that just wouldn't stop. I mean, it's unreal. On a 5-minute bar, no less. All right, we have about 10 minutes. So Amazon really did sell off of its high, didn't it? Yeah, it's closed much lower than the open. Had I been in Amazon here, this is the type of bar that I would get out with this huge gap up. It'd be a black candle, meaning it's higher on the day, but the close is lower than the open. You know, compare that to Apple, which had the big gap, but the close now obviously is going to be higher than the open. What are we at, a 73.53 RSI? It's unreal. Give me 1 second. We're trying 265. All right. Let me clear a couple of these things out of here. Okay. BAC. Okay, let's take a look at BAC. Yeah, I don't really see anything on BAC here, Brian. You know, we did have the big bar up a couple days ago, which is good. We are holding halfway of this bar here. I mean, that's something that we're holding 50%. We're at a 53 RSI. That's fine. MACD's positive. That's all good. We did reject the 50. I mean, look, it wouldn't be the worst trade in the world. I mean, at least it does have some, you know, there's some thinking to this because we did have the big up bar. We are holding halfway. We have support of the 50. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy this here, but, you know, as far as a structure, it kind of makes sense. Close below the 50. If it closes below the 50, then you've closed below the 50, but then you would have also closed below halfway the washout bar. But that's, you know, I don't think it's like an A trade or anything like that. It's more of a predictive, anticipatory trade, but it is down today as well. Well, the Dow has gone positive on the day, which is good. Okay, so we have about 9 minutes. I think everything looks good. I did get out of oil with the time stop. I'm keeping Adobe, buying SPY, WBA I'm keeping, FAS I'm keeping, out of XLRE with the close under the 250. And I will be buying Billy. Oh boy, should have bought it about a minute ago, right? We're above the 50 RSI. We triggered a fractal. We rejected the -1 ATR channel. So that's what I'll be buying at the end of the day. Microsoft. Well, it's a V1. Didn't wash out yesterday's low by very much, though. That's the thing. But it is a V1 right here, but I wouldn't say a valid V1. It hasn't been able to break above these, the 5, the 20, and the 10. It's even on the day. I don't think this is something I would probably buy, honestly, David. I'm looking forward to our lesson tonight, bud, at 6, by the way, right? All right, about 5 minutes. Let me look at Billy here intraday and see. Ooh, right there at the 200 and the third ATR channel. But I do like it. I do like this. So that's going to be my pick for the day. David says it rejected the 50 RSI. Well, right now it is above still, for what that's worth. Yep, below and above, correct. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and buy Billy. We'll see how that works out. You never know, right? All you can do is have a plan, and that's what you're going to do. So let me buy it over here. And let me buy it over here. Okay. So not a lot of not a lot of candidates today, but we'll see if Billy can pull it off. Okay, 5, 8, and 10. So 3 minutes to go. Wow, what I mean, epic day for Apple. Unbelievable. $40. It's unreal. It's unreal. Wow. Two minutes to go for the month of July. How about that? All right, so JCOM is showing some manners and going up. Adobe is showing some manners and going up here at the end. One minute to go. So JCOM's making highs here, which is great. And Adobe is as well. And SPY is as well. Wow, a lot of buying into the close. Okay, that's it. So listen, if anybody has any questions, if you have any additions or subtractions to the board, please let me know. Just real quick, just want to put in my quick daily plug, let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching in the evening time via Skype. I do have a course. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. It's a total of 15 hours. It's an intense study. I teach you everything I've learned about trading in my 24 years of experience. I teach you everything that I've learned from my teachers and mentors like Stephen Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. So the course I teach, everything I've learned from these 4 gentlemen plus my experience. It's a good course. It's $1,000. I think it is definitely worth every single penny. So if you're interested, please get a hold of me. You can contact me. My email is in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do contact me, I'll say, hey, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. There's no sales pressure whatsoever. I just want to get to know you a little bit better, find out more about your trading, your goals, your challenges, and it's a good time to ask me any questions you have about my course. All right, and you know, and then I'll say, nice talking to you. Think it over. If you want to get back to me, if you're interested, just email me. Then we'll set it up. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. And then also, if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here, I would certainly appreciate that. It would really help out the channel if you find what I'm doing here helpful. So, all right, so let's look at transactions here. So I bought Mr. Billy at $43.51. And I bought Spy at $326.52. So Billy $43.51. All right, well that's a good start. And Spy, wow, what a huge recovery on that day. Unbelievable. And I bought Spy at $326.52 for the overnight Spy trade. That's that. Okay, Evan took a swing on Cisco. All right, let's get it up there. $46.97. In the money already. Like to see that. Evan M. Quad, I am still in WBA and Billy. Okay. Kamal Billy. Ah, look what I did. Instead of putting quad as quad, I put Billy. Quad racer. And Kamal. And work. Okay. $29.45. David is in Billy as well. Oh, I did it again. Frank says I am out of CSX. Okay. Good, left on good terms, that's good. And out of IWM, oh, that's the one where I'm gonna have to, okay, so only Steve, I believe, is left in this one. Glad you left on good terms. Glenn says Treasury yields fall, 3-year, 5 years rates hitting all-time lows amid economic concerns, and gold at all-time highs, sniffing trouble ahead. Well, gold has been on a miraculous run, and I'm so happy for Gary. What a move, man. What a move. Kamal, is the crocodile sleeping on Billy? Let's look at Billy and the crocodile. No, not really sleeping, Kamal. The mouth is open to the downside, but we did, like we discussed, right? We have fractal, and we had a nice V2 over the 50 RSI. Weekly had a nice pullback, right? So if we look at the monthly, definitely in an uptrend. Weekly is having a pullback. Daily, look for the trigger. Up 5% today, so that's kind of a big mover. Glenn says XLU is the best sector last 22 days. Interesting. Kind of forming this higher range up here. It's rejected this $200 200-day moving average twice. Glad to see Adobe kind of woke up there at the end. That's nice. Billy had 1.5 times volume. Oh, that's right. I didn't look at that, but Kamal was nice enough to put that into the scan. Yes, look at the increase on volume. Thank you, Kamal. There's definitely some buying on that today. So yeah, we'll see. All right, any other additions or subtractions to the board? If you have them, please let me know. I am teaching tonight. David and I are having our last lesson. Kind of sad. It's always kind of sad when I have my last lessons with my students. But looking forward to that lesson, David. Okay, well, listen, I hope you had a good trading week. I hope you had a good trading year, that month, excuse me. And we shall see what August brings. Sometimes, you know, new months bring different kind of markets. So who knows? Maybe it'll keep going. We shall see. So thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a nice weekend. Stay safe, be good, go out, try to do something nice each day for a human and one animal. That would be ideal. Just a smile or a wave, hello, or a shake paw, right? And let's see, Kamal says, the only reason Billy caught my eye was 1.5 volume. The V2 is not legit, not enough flush out. Yeah, I guess that's kind of on the line, but I did like the fractal too, though. Although, again, it's not sleeping, but I do kind of like it. And it is a false breakout from this low over here as well, in the bigger sense. Frank, nice day today on Now. All right, so I took XLRE off the board, or no, I'll put it over here because I don't know whether or not Gary, M, and Kamal, it looks like they may be still be in it with the close over the 200. Oh my gosh, did it close over the 250? It did by a penny. Oh, I was so sure it was going to close under. I wanted to get it off. So technically, I should have held that. Oh, well, that happens. That happens. All right, everybody, that's a wrap for today. Again, have a good weekend. If you could, hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, that would be great as well. And like I said, if you've thought about lessons, please send me a message. We'll have a fun little Skype call, get to know each other a little bit better, and then you can make a decision. But I think you'll like them. All right, so Katie says hello, and take care, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.